What's up, everyone? I'm Tenyan, and today I'm going to be diving into the dark, gritty depths of space with a non-spoiler review of Fede Alvarez's Alien Romulus, the much-anticipated sequel slash sort of prequel to Ridley Scott's Alien and James Cameron's Aliens. The film promises a return to the franchise's old-school sci-fi horror, and the question is, does it live up to that legacy? Well, let's find out and dive into this review here. First off, let's talk about the setting. Alien Romulus is set between the events of Alien and Aliens, focusing on a group of young space colonists who stumble upon a derelict space station. What they find there is, of course, the stuff of nightmares, the Xenomorph, the most terrifying life form in the universe. Alvarez designed the film to look like it could have been shot in 1979, and it definitely shows. The movie oozes that grimy, claustrophobic atmosphere that I really loved from Scott's original, while also injecting enough of that adrenaline-fueled tension and action that made James Cameron's Aliens such a classic. One of the most thrilling aspects of Alien Romulus is Alvarez's choice to return to old-school style filmmaking. He goes back to practical effects, using CGI very sparingly. And it is very satisfying to see actual xenomorph suits and animatronic puppets on screen. It makes so much difference. Just to see these creatures have live performers behind them and gives them more of a tangible, real-world quality. And this shows what practical effects can do to this day to achieve great creature design and effects. Alvarez's attention to detail doesn't just stop with the xenomorphs. He really sticks closely to the dark dystopian vision innovated in the original Alien, where the future is depicted as not a clean and pristine place, which you saw in earlier sci-fi films such as 2001: A Space Odyssey. But the future instead is shown to be this grimy, gritty reality, and that's also reflected in the technology, which looks worn out, used up, and also very functional and practical, which I loved and found very immersive, down to small touches and details such as the spacecraft's windshield wipers, which looked so hilariously ill-equipped to handle the constant torrential rain. And it's a small little detail, but it really did a good job of conveying kind of the dystopian environment in which the characters inhabit and the desperate survival mentality of this dystopian world. Alien Romulus also continues the franchise's tradition of exploring the darker side of humanity's ambitions. Like its predecessors, it exposes the soullessness of corporate greed, where humans are reduced to disposable assets. This theme is embodied in the biomechanical Xenomorph, which represents, on one level, the terrifying fusion of human and machine, a creature that reflects our fears of being consumed and replaced by our own technological advancements. As a veteran horror director, Alvarez very much leans into the psychosexual horror that the Xenomorph has always represented. And he does not shy away from giving us some pretty gory, visceral sequences that fans of this series, like myself, have come to expect. And I give him a lot of credit for making the horror very impactful here, and really his craftsmanship as a horror director is on full display here. Now let's talk about the performances. I thought that Kaylee Spaney did a solid job as the lead Rain Carradine, although honestly I thought she was very much under the shadow of Sigourney Weaver's iconic Ripley character, and that's one thing sorely missing from this movie, was a great character like Ripley that would really bring some emotional stakes to the table. The best performance for me overall was David Johnson as Andy. He was terrific, but I think in terms of the rest of the ensemble cast, I found them a little disposable and also lacking that raw dynamic energy that you got from the ensemble cast of James Cameron's Aliens. The film's loyalty to the first Alien movie is both its greatest strength and a weakness at times because it sometimes feels like it's just retreading old ground and hitting the same old beats with nothing very fresh. And that was most glaringly obvious for me in a moment that pays homage to one of the iconic quotes from the original Alien movies, which just rang hollow. So, overall, I think Alien Romulus is a return to form. It really is a love letter to the original film style and atmosphere. So, if you're looking for something entirely fresh and new, you may be disappointed, but I think it really delivers on its promise. It is an old school sci fi horror movie, and the craftsmanship is there. The action is great. It's pulse pounding. The horror really hits and is impactful. I was satisfied. I had some minor quips about characterization, and I think it pulls a little too much on the nostalgia strings at times, but this is a movie I would recommend and would definitely revisit and watch again. I really enjoyed it. So I hope you liked this review. Definitely check this one out, and I'll see you next time here.